Do you want to know how to unlock the speed of growth in your business and, also maybe the amount of profit that you're bringing in at any given time? Today, we're going to talk about bottlenecks in your business. This is literally the most exciting thing we could talk about in business. You might not think so, but you will when I show you how much money it will make you in take-home pay. Let's dive in together. Welcome into the channel. I'm Dr. Alex Engar, your profit doc for today, and we've got something special for you. First, we're going to help you figure out what is a bottleneck in business. Next, we're going to talk about the 4 different bottlenecks you could have, and then identify which one you probably have and how to solve it in your business. I'll just tell you right now, the speed at which your business grows is completely determined by your ability to, 1, identify the next bottleneck in your business, and 2, solve it. Literally, that's it. When you see people who have grown their business faster than you, because we all know that we've been there. We see people that started about the same time we did, or maybe even after us, but they are light years ahead, or at least it feels that way. It's simply because they have figured this out sooner than you did. So aren't you glad you watched this video today? You need to get ready to take notes here. Seriously, this is that good, and we're going to get deep on what's going on in your business under the hood. So I want you to start looking at your business like a pipeline. So imagine we have this big old pipe here, and there's water flowing through this pipeline. In other words, customers. But what do you notice about this pipe? Well, there's some squeeze points here. We've labeled them 1, 2, and 3. And if we watch the flow of water or customers through this pipeline, what do we notice? We might start off with a lot of people right here, but then the squeeze point starts to limit us. And we go from, having 3 arrows to 2 arrows. Don't you love my caveman drawings here? So let's go. We got our 2 going through here. Then what happens? We've got another squeeze point. It's a little bit of a bigger squeeze point. So we don't have quite as much going through until we get all the way to here. Then what happens? Bigger squeeze point. We can only fit 1 through here. So what comes out at the end of this pipe is only 1 arrow's worth of profit or clients. And in this case, we're going to say this is profit for you, okay? And guess what's tied to profit? Your take-home pay. This is why you should care about this so much, because how much you take home at the end of the day is completely determined by these bottlenecks. So what is a bottleneck? It's a squeeze point in the flow of clients through your business. There are 3 specific ones we're going to talk about today, and a 4th bonus one that if you're advanced enough in business, you'll need to start worrying about. Let's talk about number 1. Number 1 is marketing. It's how many people can become aware that you exist and know what problem you solve. It's always the first bottleneck is let's unlock that, right? So once we have people seeing our business, I want you to think for a minute, what is the next logical bottleneck that might be there? So after marketing, now comes the next bottleneck, which is sales or conversions in your business. So taking eyeballs and attention to intrigue and interest to decision making, that's often a bottleneck in a business. And the final major one that most businesses have is some kind of delivery bottleneck. They're just not able to serve as many people. In other videos, I've given the example of a hotel where you have built a hotel in your business and it only has 100 rooms. Well, you would be limited to 100 rooms that you could book per night, right? But maybe your website conversions are pretty crappy, and so you're only seeing 75 people per night in the hotel, and you could go tweak or get better at actually converting people to hotel guests. But maybe the problem is we just don't have enough traffic in the first place. We don't have enough eyeballs or marketing. So in your business, you need to figure out, is it marketing, is it sales, or is it delivery? And I'll give you a question that will help to answer that very quickly for you in just a minute. But first, if you're finding value in this content, will you just do us a favor and click that like button? It would be amazing. So now I told you that there's a 4th bottleneck. Once your business gets past the marketing, sales, and delivery side of things, you know that there is also an administrative bottleneck. This is HR, managing people. It might be the financial side of things, but it's all the other stuff that surrounds marketing, sales, and delivery. Sometimes that's a bottleneck, but not usually until we get big enough to really. Now, how do we decide which bottleneck is affecting you? I want you to ask yourself a simple question. Do I have so many people banging on my door that I can't serve them all? If no, then you probably have a marketing problem. We don't have enough eyeballs on your business, okay? If you say, actually, Alex, yes, I have so much demand. I have so much demand. I'm just not converting enough of them. Okay, then that would be a sales bottleneck. Or you might say, you know what? I have a wait list, Alex. If you have a wait list right now, then you have a delivery bottleneck because you have more eyeballs that are converting to more interest and more decisions being made to work with you than you can serve right now. Then that would be a delivery bottleneck. So I want you to pause for just a minute and ask yourself right now, do I have a marketing, sales, or delivery bottleneck? Here's why this is so important. The speed at which you solve that problem is the speed at which we now unlock the flow of this. So for example, if I can say, you know, I think that delivery is my problem, but I want to make my marketing better. What if I add a few more arrows in here? Nothing happens downstream. Instead, if I say, you know what, I'm going to get rid of this bottleneck and improve my delivery here, now all of a sudden, I changed nothing upstream. I did not add any new leads into my pipeline. I did not have to change my sales process, but because delivery was my bottleneck, now I'm able to get those 2 arrows going through, potentially doubling the output there. This is why it's so important to understand which bottleneck is affecting you, because you might be changing the wrong thing in your business if you don't know which one is actually limiting you right now. So I want to show you how this worked in our business and how we've doubled our business over the last year by getting really clear on what our bottleneck was. And we're probably about to triple it over the next 6 months because we're about to release the next bottleneck. So let me show you how we're thinking through this and see if you can apply it to your business. We were looking at our flow and we said, you know, I'm sure that we could do something to improve the delivery side of things and increase our capacity. However, we aren't converting all of the other things coming through our pipeline here. We're not completely full yet. So instead, let's focus on releasing the marketing bottleneck. So how did we do that? Well, we looked at our advertising, and we generally get clients by advertising, whether it's through something like YouTube here or through paid acquisition. And so we said, look, why don't we just pay more money to our paid ads? So we did that. We had a positive ROI, so we knew we could. And we released this bottleneck. Now all of a sudden, we had more leads than we could handle, literally. My calendar got completely full. I was on either sales calls all day or delivery calls with clients, literally all day, back to back, all week. Then we said, okay, I don't have any more time. So I can either go hire someone to help with sales or help with delivery. Which would be easier to accomplish first? Now, a lot of people will tell you, hey, the last thing you should hand off is sales. You know what? We decided for our business, we were going to do that first, actually. It was easier than delivery at that time. And so we did. We hired someone to come in and help us with sales. And in a very short amount of time, it freed me up to go double the capacity of our delivery machine so that we could get a whole bunch more people through. Then once that was up, I got filled up completely. And then guess what? Then we had a delivery bottleneck. And so then we hired someone to come take delivery off of our shoulders. And now that we've figured out how to release the marketing bottleneck, the sales bottleneck, and scale delivery, now it's just a literal race. And we say, okay, how fast can we hold on to this rocket ship as we now open up all of our marketing, and as we now double our sales team, and as we now double the delivery team? And that's literally all business growth is. Identify the bottleneck and solve it. So I want to invite you to a special training that we've created for you. It's completely free, and it's going to walk you through step by step how to figure out scaling profitably in your business. I'm going to give you some of the templates that we've used to make these decisions, and more importantly, the specific frameworks that you can apply right now to your business to make sure that you can scale profitably and unlock the next bottleneck in your business. Click the link below, go check out the training. We'll see you on there. We're grateful to have your time and attention on this channel. We'll catch you in the next video.